Hey guys, and welcome to today's collective reading that I've been guided to do. Since it is an uplifting reading, and I absolutely believe that we need this. We need this. I need this. I really, really need this because last 3 or 4 days are so draining. So heavy, so draining, and I am watching myself like kind of how do I say this? Sometimes engaging in 3D lower vibrational communication, and I actually don't want this, and I can literally watch myself doing and saying things that I usually would never say or do, you know? So or it's like, we are asked right now really being mindful about the things that we do, the things we are really asked to do the things that we do deliberately, mindfully. And yes, I think this is now the time where playing around with our energy is not an option anymore. And I absolutely know that we are guided to stay so grounded, really so grounded, because otherwise it's kind of like it, for those that are not very grounded, it might be very easy to slip out of their high vibrational zone. So let's start off this reading. As I said, is an uplifting reading, and I got in communication once again with a galactic tribe, or with a collective consciousness, that is the CASSIOPEIAN tribe, which is very funny because the CASSIOPEIANs, they supported me heavily in really, how do I say this? What is this word? In graduating in my makeup artist school. So I even dedicated one of my exams to them, and made a makeup, like editorial makeup, based on things about the CASSIOPEIAN. But to be honest, I haven't been like that much. I didn't have very much information about them, but I kind of felt what they're all about. And yeah, so the CASSIOPEIAN tribe really loves beauty. They do. They do exude their love through art. They do believe that beauty expands the heart of the human being. Um, they are charitable. They are very selfless. They are passionate communicators. They really love beauty. They tend to, if you're a starseed, those are the traits for the starseeds. Okay. Uh, Another trait is that they really like to do do voluntary work, um, especially in disaster zones. Um, what else? Yeah, they are movers and shakers. There was a video I have been watching about the CASSIOPEIAN starseed traits. They are movers and shakers, which actually means they love to inspire change on this planet, and support the human being with beauty, and or the high vibration of beauty. That's actually the intention. So the CASSIOPEIAN tribe has are having some uplifting messages for us, and I'm going to draw some cards and let's see what comes through, because I think I've never been doing a video where I say that I'm really doing my best to channel their energy. Whew. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to pull first a few tarot cards, to see like what is like a message that wants to come through. And yeah, I already see it, and it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Okay. Okay. So first of all, I would like to show you the cards. I do have the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Fool, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Magician. So what they actually want to tell us with this is that they are so proud of us. You know, the thing is, we have really this goes especially to my fellow light workers, Darcy's way showers. Truth is, whatever label you want to put on yourself, those labels really doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's redundant, to be honest. So but what is not redundant is telling you about your personal achievements, or for us as a collective that really does his best to serve and support humanity. So the Ace of Pentacles really talks about, all the whole spread really talks about that they are so proud of us, that so many, yeah, and the ringing in the ear starts. Thank you so freaking much. Many of us, many of you have been working very hard on their inner evolution. You really figured out that that letting go or detaching from, or really from this fear consciousness that we are being surrounded, um, is going to is bringing you a way better sense of inner stability, detaching from the yeah, from this fear consciousness. The Page of Swords, with the Page of Swords, they really want to tell us that you you guys, or we, I will say you, because this is first and foremost for you. You guys really did your best to uh, know yourself, really getting in touch with your intuition, study, and whatever you have been doing. And and actually the main focus is on the Fool card. They say it is really, and that's also what I want to tell you, it is such a huge thing to take that leap and jump, trusting your intuition and jump. And this really is different for each and every one of us. This is different for each and every one of us, because made that leap of faith, and maybe left a relationship, or really trusting their intuition in regards to their projects, creative endeavors, jobs, get in general, relationships, partnerships, friendships. Have been a there has been a massive change, um, which really led to you guys being able, starting a new foundation, planting new seeds for the whole collective on on a vibrational level. And this seed that we have been planting is very stable. Yes, the progress is slow, but it is so stable. And this is what I really appreciate about the Suit of Pentacles. It is a slow suit, but it is such a firm, stable, and unshakable foundation that we are currently building. And with the Eight of Pentacles, they really want to point out that we should tap ourselves on the shoulder for the things that we have already accomplished. This is really, that's something that came through throughout all of the readings that I have been doing. And they also want to remind you of the fact that you are the magician, okay? Which means you are absolutely capable of, or you brought yourself to this point that you are so freaking capable of managing the elements, of playing with the elements, of using the 0 point energy that is inside and outside of you, okay? Because you are actually made out of 0 point energy. So let's draw some oracle cards. Yeah, a time to give rather than take, show the world the real you, which really links beautifully to the Fool card, and also the Four of Pentacles. Those two cards, actually, they want to tell you that you really stepped, you know, this is also linked to the a time to give rather than take, really stepping out of your comfort zone, and um, really allow yourself feeling all of those emotions, because that's the point. Allowing yourself, being brave enough to get in touch with all of those old emotions of anxiety about stepping out of your comfort zone. And this is going to be different for each and every one of us. This was different for each and every one of us. To me, it was YouTube. To me, it was not just YouTube. It was talking like that. And to others, it is way different. Others may have experienced situations where they thought that they would never ever get out of that, but we are having such a beautiful support. But you know, you have to understand that besides all of the support that we are getting, we are having the bigger piece of the cake. Okay, and this is not about being better or worse, absolutely not. This is just in order to let you be aware of the huge freaking impact that we have. And that's a process. Okay, that's a process, because if you remember, maybe several years ago, you wouldn't even believe that you have such a huge impact even on yourself. That's another thing. And the more we are gaining knowledge about how our brain works, how how the whole hermetic principles are working, because that's a thing. And the more we get in touch with our emotions, the more we really face our fears, it starts to become a pattern, a mindset, facing your fears, until those fears that you once labeled as a fear is not anymore something like that. It turns out to be an opportunity for you. Okay, it's treasure freaking island. That's the point. So this is really what the Cassiopeia wants to tell us. It is about the beauty of it. Okay, and many so, no, I'm not going to put labels on, because when I say many of us or some of us, I feel it wouldn't be right to do this. But we are still in a learning phase, and we are already doing an awesome job. Okay, it took long, but that's why it is the Suit of Pentacles, and we're not just starting it since like 10 years or something like that. It is this whole ascension thing is a journey through eons. Okay, and we finally came to this point that we really kind of discover the beauty of all of this chaos that is surrounding us, because there's a freaking beauty in Corona. Okay, there's a beauty, and yet I understand that it seems to be maybe for some a hard pillow to swallow. That's so funny. That sounds so funny, and I just imagine it. Damn it. So that's a hard pillow to swallow. Again, the fuck. But you get what I mean. I'm not going to repeat this. um, to become a being that sees the beauty in everything, even in the worst case scenarios. It is what it is, because we are about to merge more with the, and sorry my wording, but those are the words that are, and I don't know if it's grammatically correct, but come on, doesn't really matter, the message counts. So it really feels that we are merging with the energy of source. You can call it source, God, I don't really care how you call it, but that's, in the end, it really doesn't matter how we call it, but the most important point here is really that we s- somehow really coming to the um, recognition that what it means to be an extension of source energy, and source really sees the beauty in war, because it is the chaos in the order, and also in the end it's the order in the chaos. It is a rhythm. This is really, guys, for you that are not very familiar with it, I would really recommend you reading a little bit about the hermetic principles, because you can use those principles really for everything. I just saw 1616. Yeah, 16, new beginning. Number one is a new beginning, number six is a foundation. It is this, the foundation based on the hermetic principles. And the hermetic principles are like astrology, or like science, or like psychology. Those are only things, these things are simply just existing in order to explain what is going on around us. It is not the reason. I i am who I am not because of astrology. Astrology simply explains why I am who I am. But I'm not, I for example, I'm not doing this YouTube thing because I'm having my North Node in Gemini. Or I don't just love my family because I'm a Cancer Sun. I hope you get what I mean. That's the law of cause and effect. But the crux is that for us human beings, it's some kind of tricky to wrap our head around the fact that time doesn't freaking exist. So cause and effect happens in the same moment, always. So this question, well, what was first there, the an or the egg or the hen, doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. Okay, so the hermetic principles. I would like to draw some other oracle cards. Yes, this is the starfish spirit. This is the 0 point energy that I've been talking about. It says open to infinite possibility. Yeah, this 0 point energy is infinite possibility. It is infinite potential. And we are this. We are 0 point energy, because the 0 point energy in an atom makes the most of the space of an atom. Okay, and since this atom, the shell of the atom is not firm, it just appears to be firm because the things are like moving. I'm seriously, I wasn't that good at school, but I can feel the it feels like I can feel the explanation, and I understand what it is about. But don't ask me for terminology of quantum physics or stuff like that. Doesn't work for me. I feel how it works, but terminology is like not on fleek. And I just had 1919. Yeah, the koi fish spirit also wants to tell you that there is always enough, and I absolutely know where this is, how this is tied to this reading. um, the CASSIOPEIANs really want to remind you of the fact that since we are infinite potential, there's always enough of everything for everybody. which leads to the point that we are asked really to keep on focusing on our maybe still existing lack mentalities, and those are, it is so important to acknowledge them. First and foremost, acknowledge them. And since we're talking here about, or through beings that are that just love the beauty, um the next thing that I absolutely believe that is being pointed out is that they want you to remember how strong you are, how beautiful you are, how whole you are, and how all you are just being you. Okay, being you. And what actually leads to the point that they want you to really have a focus on bringing not bashing yourself for not accomplishing your goals very quickly, because it is the suit of pentacles. Okay, and that's the point. With rushing into things, we might not achieve what we want to achieve, because rushing into something and could really be some kind of a lack mentality, despite it is some kind of inspired action thing. Okay, I would really like to draw some of those, my star seed and light worker oracle cards. Let's see. I really feel that the messages are like very calming. I do feel it. I really recognize this now. I'm feeling way more calm than before I started this video. I do absolutely feel this oracle card that I've been drawing for a lot of you guys throughout the past readings, that the energy is gaining momentum. And yeah, that's a big kind of alert to me, and also to you, for those of you that are not completely into this, or not working out that much, or not going outside in nature. Damn, do it. It is going to support you. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. You know, the thing is that Erica Almutz had this in her collective reading about, I think, about the Lionsgate portal. I'm not pretty sure, but it is the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. I do really see that here's a huge focus on step out of your comfort zone. Show who you are. Show how beautiful you are. From inside out, from every aspect of your being. Okay? Show who you are, because that's why we came here. Okay? You are one of many. Okay? You're one of many, which doesn't, where I don't want to mean, I don't want to say with this that you are just one of many. No, I want to encourage you with saying you are one of many. Okay? And that's the most important point. And all of us, we are coming into this, you know, a few months ago, I have been really sad about the fact that I have absolutely no one in my life who is interested in the things that I am. And after I started practicing gratitude journal and started really focusing first and foremost on myself, suddenly people of my soul tribe came in. And I'm really grateful for all of them, each and every one of them. And it's such a beautiful thing to see people where you instantly feel a connection, where you instantly feel it is resonating. The language that they're speaking is my language. And yeah, then we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Yes, with the courageous peony and Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Yeah, this is also about our soul tribe. So in order to really draw in our soul tribe via the law of attraction, how it has been labeled, one of the energies of the universe, um, we first and foremost are really asked to validate ourselves, acknowledge our gifts, acknowledge our beauty, acknowledge our our achievements. And those are huge. I mean, okay, ask yourself, to those of you that are watching this, ask yourself, are you still the same person than 1 year ago? And doesn't matter what the question is, but are you, I mean, what are the things that you're proud of? What have you been achieving? Write them down. Write them down and reimagine or re-envision these scenarios, these themes, these topics, your achievements, your growth. Really practice being in the here and now. This is how we can raise our vibration in the best way possible. Being present. Being present. Because thinking too much about the future brings anxiety. Being too much in the past brings grief and anger. Okay? So that doesn't help us. And it is not, and it is never meant to support us. It is never meant, because it just like lowers our frequency. And with this, I absolutely am not talking about kind of pushing your problems under the rug. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not bathing in anxiety. And that's not, I really don't, I'm really not, what is this word? Judgmental. Absolutely not. Because I know how it is. I know how it feels. And slipping into this vibration, yeah, man, can happen, okay? Can happen. But in the first place, be the most compassionate towards yourself, because you know you deserve it. Because you know you are important. You are having such an important role in this huge, and I'm deliberately calling it a game, okay? In this game, because from source point of view, what we are going through, what we are calling like going through, is actually, that's the fun fact, it's actually meant, it is not meant to be hard. It is not meant to be difficult. The only thing that makes it difficult is our self-limiting belief system that we first and foremost have about ourselves. Things that we think that we cannot do, things that we think that we cannot accomplish, and so on and so forth. Where in fact, we are being given everything. But this is now, again, not to punish you, not to judge about you. It is for you to acknowledge the lightness of it, because it is meant to be light. It is not meant to be heavy. It was never meant to be heavy. Let's have a look. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, yet not to you. Okay, this card beautifully complements what I just said. It is about opening up your heart step by step by step by step, because it is a process. Okay, it is a process. Imagine, okay, you're having this rose which is still closed, okay, and the more it gets nurtured by the water of Gaia, by the energy of G's of Gaia, it allows itself to open up more and more and more, because the roots are getting thicker, the the energy system is stable, the you know, this the system that keeps this rose alive, that keeps this plant alive, is so stable that this rose now knows that she can open up completely. And this is about the ever unfolding rose, okay, which then leads to the courageous peony, and the thing really about stepping out of your comfort zone and being your truest authentic self. This is nothing that is going to happen from one day to the other, and we really need to be okay with that. It is not about the goal. It is never, it was, by the way, it was never about a goal. This whole process that we are going through in the end is is of course about, in the end is of course about the expansion of the universe, because that's how the universe expands, when things expand. So the moment that we are stepping out of our comfort zone, opening our heart, which then leads to our physical body and us are allowing more things to get in, more light to get in, more 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 love to get in, and in the same moment more love to get out, which then leads to this hermetic principle of rhythm. We are starting to follow the rhythm and allowing ourselves to go with the flow, but first this rose is closed. Still beauty. It's closed, but it's still very beautiful. But as soon as this rose really spreads its roots, it allows itself to open up and show its full beauty. Okay? That's the point. So the thing is now that the soil that you're growing in, that we are planting right now, needs to be so firm that all of us, we are okay. We are in this point. We are roses and peonies. Really doesn't matter. Okay, even if we are a tree, but the soil needs to be healthy. Okay, the soil needs to be clean, fresh, with water. Hydrate yourself. That's a reminder to myself too. I would really like to draw two last affirmation cards. You know, the thing is, this is my first collective reading where I deliberately, or where I officially say that I'm doing my best to channel something, because I can channel. I know how to do this, or I allow myself often enough to do this. But it is the first time I do like talk about it that open. And it wasn't even hard, to be honest. Okay, so I do have 3 affirmation cards for you guys, for us guys. The first one is doubt. Offering all to the divine doesn't mean negativity never arises. That's the point. But you can say, free me from this poison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. Then we're having the affirmation of despair. I need your divine intercession. Wait a moment. I need your divine intercession right now. O great spirit, lift this darkness from my soul. Free me from this burden. Open me to your highest plan. May I be a peaceful vessel for your love. That's so beautiful. Yeah. And you know, this despair card, or this affirmation, how we can really support ourselves and really allowing ourselves and opening up, is grounding ourselves, really being mindful about with what we feed ourselves. That doesn't only talk about food, that talks about things that we're watching, things that we're doing, things that we're listening to, and also things that we are saying. Okay? And here again, I really feel that I need to stress this, because I know that I have been really struggling with this point so much, so much. And I really, for those of you that do the same, I really feel for you. I do absolutely understand where you are. But the point is, don't bash yourself for setbacks. You call them setbacks, but in fact those setbacks, they are seriously not setting you back. They are actually just this thing that you have been doing previously was just a draft. Okay? And the next thing that you are going to do is a draft, and the next thing that you are going to do is a draft, which leads to the fact of that nothing, energy doesn't have an end and no beginning. You are energy. Your projects are energy. The relationships that you have are energy. They never end and they never start. You are just transmuting these energies. Okay? So nothing really ends. That means when you're starting a project, this project will never end. Or it will be transmuted into something different, or it is going to evolve and get bigger. Okay? So just know that you will never get it done. You will never be able to finish anything. There is no finish line. There is that's the fun fact. There is no freaking finish line. We really need to, it is, I know it is tricky to wrap your head around the fact that we are infinite. And even when we think that we kind of know what it means, I do really believe that we still didn't really fully get our head around this topic. So let me just read the last affirmation card, which is about self-sufficiency, an affirmation card that I've been drawing a lot throughout the previous readings. So let me read it for you guys. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source, and I'm willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. This speaks about not limiting yourself. Okay? I know that some of us, I do absolutely belong to this group, really went into hermit mode. I just had in mind Kermit mode. That's so funny. I know that there's a tarot deck where the hermit looks like Kermit. I want to have this. I believe it's so cute. And I like the Muppet Show, to be honest. But anyways, we really went into hermit mode. And we were hiding ourselves from the world. Because we were this rose that was still closed. And throughout, what this tribe, what the CASSIOPEIAN really wants you to know is that many of you that believe that they still need to be in hermit mode are in all actuality already ready. Already ready, does this even exist? I don't know. But really hiding yourself in a cave and doing your light work like alone behind closed doors, honey, you know, the thing is, that's teamwork. It's teamwork. We are doing this together. And light workers aren't better than starseeds, and vice versa, aren't better than way showers or truthers or you name it. So we are really asked, and this is the long-term goal. Okay, this is the long-term goal, that we are asked to work together, hand in hand, because we are really energetically completing each other in regards of this whole game called human experience. Okay, because in the end it's really a game. And yes, I've been seeing cruel stuff in my life, I've been seeing shit in my life, and I still believe it is meant to be a game, because it's, to me, this is a 1 + 1 = 2 thing. It makes absolute sense to me. And the only reason that keeps us away from seeing or experiencing this thing as a game is because we still cannot 100% see the bigger picture of it. And but don't worry, this is something we all of us will going to figure this out. I'm convinced of this. I'm convinced of this. Okay, my lovely soul tribe. I really needed this talk. I needed this, and I really feel so freaking high vibration now after I did it, and I'm so grateful for you guys. For those of you that are listening to this video, for those of you that will never listen to this video, and for those of you that are light workers, and for those of you that are not light workers, because each and every one of us is playing a role in this whole game. And we are, and that's my point of view, we are all, whether we are star seeds or light workers, or we don't label ourselves with anything of this, or we don't know anything about this, or we never want to know anything about this and want to stay out of this whole ascension game. Cool for you. Do it. We are appreciating each other anyways. It doesn't matter how we label ourselves. Okay? So, my loves, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really grateful for all of you, seriously, and I'm so grateful for this video. It was a beautiful one, and yeah, I'm wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.